There's a look at downtown Los Angeles from the air. We're coming to you live from the Staples Center. It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Green.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. In at forward, it's Hachimura and Bertans. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. And it's Bryant in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, Lou Williams out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Harrell. And it's Zubac in at the center position. Well, every year, Doris, despite the expert predictions, there are always big surprises. Some things that come out of the blue, or they're fun to watch.
We tend to use that word expert lightly because you never know, despite collections of talent, who's going to work well together? Who develops their chemistries? What injuries play a part in a particular season? Are there mid-season trades that sort of maybe change the chemistry and the makeup of a particular roster? So, listen, predictions, take them with a grain of salt. You never know how an NBA season might play out.
And that's why we love the regular season so much. Long, yes, but so many different twists and turns along the way.
No doubt.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they? And just about a minute into the first quarter. Again, Los Angeles.
You can see there's complete trust in Paul George in pick and rolls. Fantastic at taking advantage of the defense and the separation they give him.
Now here's Wall. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Lakers.
And what a wrecking ball defensively, seen by the 4 steals he had in that game.
Bertans with the ball. He's defended by Harrell. Offensive rebound. And Bryant slams it in.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what? Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
Here's Zubac, and looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. They get a hand on it. 6 to shoot. Williams for 3. Tries again. Zubac, no good.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Wall. Here's Hachimura. And too long on the shot.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall. Well, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. His key tonight, keeping a lid on Bradley Beal. An efficient scorer on all 3 levels, it's hard to take him out of his comfort zone. And we've seen, Kevin, that Beal has become even better as a ball handler and distributor.
Thank you, David. And here is Los Angeles now after the basket by Washington. Leonard with the bucket.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all 3 levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
Wall passes to Bryant. And Bryant slams it in.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Here's Williams. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Spurs in San Antonio. No good on the triple.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Beal. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
Well, difficult choice for the defense, right? If you sag off, he drains the jumper. In this instance, you give him a step, and he finishes with a big-time drive.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Williams finds Harrell. That shot no good. And it's Washington the other way. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with. How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Here's Williams following the bucket by the Wizards. Leonard dishes to Harrell. Outside Williams. Now here's Zubac. From deep three-point range, and the Clippers miss again. Beal against Williams, and there it is for him. Beal's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, that's a tough finish by Beal, undaunted by the D.
And here is Williams. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Pass to Leonard. To stop the run. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. 6 points for Leonard.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial six-man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
First free throw is good. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective. Only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
Now here's Williams. Fader on the way. Leonard, no luck.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
They get it again. Here's Wall on the wing. Bryant over Harrell, and there's Bryant. That's good on the assist by Wall. Bryant's got 8 points.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one after the win against the San Antonio Spurs. Bounce pass from Williams. Here's Leonard. Connects on the 17-footer. He's got 8.
Off to a fantastic start. He's 4 for 5. Watch out.
Here's Wall. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Well, the athleticism and ferocity with which John Wall plays the point guard position. And you add that to the frame he brings to the table, and look out.
And glad to see John Wall back out there after fighting back from his Achilles injury he suffered in early 2019.
And obviously, Kevin, an Achilles injury is very worrisome for any athlete, but particularly one like John Wall, whose speed is a major part of his game. But boy, he looks good out there, and you hope he avoids any more injuries the rest of his career.
That free throw missing.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he signed.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Williams. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Isaiah Thomas, he's checked in for Davis Bertans. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract, Greg, comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Raptors went all in trading for Kawhi Leonard last season, Doris. Great talent surrounding him in Toronto, but this past summer, he decided to move on.
But, Kevin, a championship makes the gamble worthwhile if you were Toronto. For Kawhi, any team he plays on is going to have a chance to win. And now this young man, a champion, starts a new chapter.
And maybe the biggest story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency? A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
Now here's Beverly. Los Angeles with another miss.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
George against Thomas. Inside from 12 feet out. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots. Greg, you talk about the media focus for Kawhi Leonard. Not exactly something he embraces.
Not at all. As a kid on his birthdays, he'd shutter himself in his room because he didn't want the attention. To this day, he lets his play do the talking.
And here is Los Angeles now after the basket by Washington. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
We call that masterful use of the pump fake. Paul George effective getting guys to jump on it.
And hard to believe that gruesome injury Paul George suffered, what was it now, 5 years ago. Wow.
It's incredible, Kevin, to think for a player to come back from what we expected to be a devastating injury. This is an incredible story for Paul George. He took the time he needed, and consider last year, for much of the season, he was very much involved in that MVP conversation.
That's good from George.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Green comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Harrell. And so he hits both. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now here's Green. 9 points last game out. Pass to George. And it's sent back by Bryant. Here's Smith. Lays it up off the glass.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 7-point differential. Shoots from 12. And Green slams it in.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Thomas, that's good.
Already, they piled up 8 second chance points.
Now George. He had 19 points in the win against San Antonio.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
Here's Leonard. And the layup falls. Leonard's got 12 points in the game.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Thomas passes to Smith. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
That's good for George on the assist from Leonard. And now just a 3-point Washington lead. Washington's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Thomas against Leonard. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas. And here's a look at some numbers for Leonard.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Outside, George. High, arcing shot, and he lays it up and in. He's got 14.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And now a chance to see the former Demon Deacon Ish Smith in action. Has been in the league for a while now and played for several teams, and he's a veteran through and through.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Harkless is checked in. Jordan McRae, he's checked in for the Wizards. Smith outside. Great D that time from Green. And when you have Ish Smith on your team, you know he's going to give you scoring off the bench.
And Smith not exactly great at any one thing, but the whole package is solid for a reserve. As long as you can make the right decision and just run the offense, that'll get you pretty far in this league.
Here's Harkless, and it's sent back by Bryant. There's Shamet, and it's all evened up.
And Beverly, not a volume playmaker, but he always makes smart decisions with the basketball.
The Wizards shooting it very well as they shake off the rust here early. 54% from the field. Now the pass to Bonga. Now here's Bryant. He's covered by Leonard. And another miss by Washington. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Los Angeles. For the Washington Wizards, they come in off the loss to the Los Angeles Lakers. Beverly with the ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Green. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Washington's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. It's good. And the Wizards lead by 2. .106 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Shamet. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. A second chance effort, and it's good on the way in.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
Here's Bonga. After the basket by Los Angeles. He gets it in there. And that's now 6 points for Smith.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Shamet finds Green, and here's Beverly. Here's McGruder. 9 points last game. Elbow shot is on the way. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
This guy plays with such confidence and ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice.
Now here is Smith. Pass to Wagner. Lets it go with a 3. Here's McRae. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
First one falls for him. And so he makes both from the line. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Wizards lead by 2. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And being a smaller player is a challenge, but Isaiah Thomas always confident attacking the lane.
I just go in there. I've been doing it since I was a little boy. Like, I've always been the smallest guy out there, but when I get on the court, I feel like I don't see any height. So when I go in there in the paint, I expect myself to score or make a play for somebody else. And then, I mean, it just, other people go crazy about it. I feel like it's normal.
Thomas brings that fearlessness, Greg. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's got a deep bag of tricks for finishing around bigger players. It's really something to watch.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Total intimidation that first period. That is what has helped power them to this early lead.
And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Beverly and Shamit in the backcourt together. JaMychal Green is out there with Mo Harkless. And it's Magruder in at the 3 spot. Here's a look at what's coming up for Washington. On Tuesday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic. And then on Thursday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run. Well, for Washington, D.C. basketball, they have one title to their name, the champs back in '78.
What a run that was for that team led by the great Wes Unseld. But boy, in the 40 years since that title, my goodness, fans of this franchise have waited so patiently for that return to greatness. When will it come?
A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in. Here's Magruder. 5 on the clock. From the arc. Bertans grabs the board. Bertans got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Smith. Here's McRae. He's guarded by Williams. Great tee that time from Green. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the bucket by the Wizards. Here's Magruder. Passes it to Green. One-on-one here. Bonga, the pass to Bertans. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Doris, as you always say, there is a grace in handling wins and losses in this game, isn't it?
You know what, Kevin? There's an old saying that winning and losing are imposters, that it's everything to do with how you react to constant learning and growing experiences. And listen, everybody wants to win, but can you experience losing with grace and dignity? Can you embrace the joy of pure competition? To me, that's one of the beautiful things about the NBA. Men handle heartbreak and joy and set an example for the next generation. It's beautiful.
That one falls for Bertans. Zubats is checked in for the Clippers. Harrell comes in for Patrick Beverly. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for him.
John Wall's huge supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company.
And that's terrific D by Hachimura. He's shown he has the strength and length to match up against almost anyone.
Now here's Williams. 2 on the clock. The 3. Rebounded by the Wizards. Bertans got his 6th rebound on the night. And Beal kicks to McRae. Back to Beal. Another shot. He lays it in. Beal's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
We are talking about a big-time athlete with great size. Bradley Beal, no problem on the glass and finish.
Now here's Williams. The pass to Harrell. Williams against Wall. Williams in the post. Rebound by the Wizards. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Should be an interesting game as these teams don't see a lot of each other being from different conferences.
Right. They'll meet 2 times this year, East versus West. Let's see which team can enforce their style of play.
Paul George is checked in for Harkless. And a switcher also for Washington. Thomas is checked in. And here is Williams. Clock at 6. Can they get it? Here's Harrell. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Stolen by Zubats. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Magruder. The layup off target.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
All with it. Now guarded by Harrell. Bertans. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. On the wing, Williams launches a 3. Hachimura grabs the miss.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Here's Wall. And the rejection by Zubats. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George with the ball. Wizards leading by 4. Here's Wall. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubats has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Magruder. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night. So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to the Lakers in Los Angeles. Thomas passes to Beal. Excellent D there from George.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And he makes both free throws.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Clippers trail by 4. Now George. He has 6. It's deflected.
And that's a welcome sign for sure. Hachimura demonstrating a willingness to want to improve as a defender. And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that
A
dunk?
nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
A 3 from Leonard. Rebounded by the Wizards. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game? Offensive rebounding, or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
You know, if you're going to create more points, you need to create extra possessions, and getting wiped out on the boards kept that from happening.
Pass to Williams. Looking to get it going. Outside for George. The offensive rebound. Here's Zubats. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Outside, Wall. Pass to Thomas. Now here's Beal. Launches it. Great D that time from Leonard.
Oh, that was a great effort defensively. Get a hand up in the face of the shooter. It's so important.
Williams can't get it to go.
This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
Wall, no luck.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Got a piece of it. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Shamet's checked in, and the Wizards making a change here as well. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Bertans. Thomas against Leonard. Here's Zubats. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Bradley Beal picks one up. The Clippers have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Zubats.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
He hits both from the stripe.
Well, one of the strengths of this Wizards team is their athleticism. Great in the open floor.
Oh, no doubt, Greg. You think about it. They finished 7th in the league in points off turnovers last season. They've got the personnel to thrive in transition, obviously. good speed, good finishers at both the guard and forward positions. The question becomes half-court execution, and do you have enough shooting?
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And Beal kicks to Thomas. And another miss by Washington. Clippers trail by 4. Outside, George passes to Zubac. Hachimura grabs the miss. Hachimura's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Thomas. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And we all know how rough things have been for Thomas the last few seasons, Greg, battling injuries and trying to find the right situation for his talents.
And the injuries have clearly taken their toll on Thomas. A lot of things need to go right for you to be a star player at his size, and lately that just hasn't been the case.
And that one misses. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you. And you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, and times are changing, dream big. There's nothing that's impossible, and I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
And again, no good by the Clippers.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The shot off that time. Clippers trail by 5. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Shamet. His 3-pointers off the mark.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
And there's the pass to Bryant. Nice ball movement by Washington. Thomas passes to Wagner. Here's Hachimura. Guarded by Green. Shot clock at 5. Paul George with the steal. For the finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's such good work to make this a 1-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Thomas deciding where to go with it. Paul George with the steal. Here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Thomas against Beverly. Pass to Wagner. Over Leonard. That's short off the rim.
A contested mid-range shot can't be what they were looking for there.
Well, especially with that defensive player in the area. You know he's going to find a way to get into the shooter and make him uncomfortable.
Now here's Thomas. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Bryant in the post. Defended by Beverly. The shot's good from Bryant.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Pass to George. Fades and shoots. Rebound, Washington. Bryant's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Down low. Here's Wagner. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. For Washington, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. And he knocks down the first one. Harkless is checked in for Los Angeles. He's perfect from the line this time.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Here's Beverly. The teardrop falls in.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fires from 14. Wagner, good. Wagner's got 4 points this quarter.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
There's 21 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. With the floater, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And throughout his career, Beverly has remained a pest, an aggressive defender that no one likes having him guard.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Beverly. Both free throws good from Beverly. 15 seconds left in the first half of the game. Smith surveying the D. Here's McCray. And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Wizards up 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions, off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they got their lead up as high as 7 points. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, I like that they're aggressively going to the rack. That establishes an attitude, a certain toughness. They just need to stay committed to their game plan.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
I think they're playing defense with their hands instead of their feet. Too many times they've been caught reaching and they paid the price. These guys giving up way too many free throws. They need to stop sending guys to the line. Come on.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. So on the floor for Washington. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. In and forward, it's Hachimura and Bertans. And it's Bryant in at the 5 down low.
How good is that pass from John Wall? My man doing some work right now.
Clippers trail by 5. George with the ball. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Hachimura. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And when Hachimura is looking to score, it sometimes forces the D to get aggressive. Love the energy.
Shoot 2.
And that one falls for Hachimura. And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect. Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3-ball in his last year of college, hit over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
Now Beal following the 3-point attempt by Lou Williams. And Bryant slams it in.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command. Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And now it's a 10-point Wizards lead.
I think that pull-up jumper is a shot the defense will concede to John Wall. They think you can't take away everything.
Williams passes to Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for 1 more at the line.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
1 shot.
And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers, trailing by 13. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Clippers. They're in second, looking to take over the first spot.
Yeah, and I think the Clippers, they've been a revelation here in the early going. Some people, including myself, had doubts about their plan coming into the season, but no question it's working.
You know what, Greg? It just looks to me like they're having fun out there, and sometimes that's contagious. It drives success. This is beautiful.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 16. That one off the back iron and out.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Wall passes to Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Clippers trail by 17. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Leonard. They get it back. Here's Zubac. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And on the season, you know, only shooting around 73%, so not necessarily where he'd like to be.
He's off on the first.
Well, Scott Brooks now in his 4th year as coach of the Wizards, and it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him so far in his tenure in the D.C. area. And think about it, guys, under the gun now because the GM who hired him was now let go.
And he's good on the second. And Doris for Brooks, he'll be doing what he can to get this team back in the playoff hunt.
And I think, Kevin, the area they must address is the defensive end of the floor. Listen, they have thrived offensively under Scotty Brooks. But this team, if you're going to get into the playoffs and thrive, you've got to be a quality defensive unit.
That free throw good from Leonard.
Well, you think back to draft day in 2011. It was quiet then. It became loud as his career went on. But the Spurs get the draft rights to Kawhi Leonard on that day for George Hill. Incredible.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Wall doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Harrell. Williams for 3, buries the long-range jumper. Williams has got 5 points so far.
And you can see the break slowed down for him to kind of pick his spot, and boy, was he open.
Wall passes to Beal. Now Bryant, defended by George. Poked away, 6 on the shot clock. George against Beal. The Wizards with another miss. Clippers trail by 11. Shot from the top of the key. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Wall, good.
You know, I've got to say, defensively, the effort simply hasn't been there this half. They've got to pick up their energy.
Now here's Williams. He's got 5. Outside, George. Back to Williams. A 3 ball. That shot, no good. And Washington the other way now. 17 points was their biggest margin. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for Los Angeles. 15-point game. Leonard on the wing. Fades away. Los Angeles with another miss.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
L.A. has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Wall against George. To the paint. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 4th assist in this one. Washington leading now by 13. Outside, Beal. Passes it to Hachimura. Leonard with the steal. It's on target from the high post. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, many consider this guy the best two-way player in the world, and you love that Kawhi Leonard's defense, he is the guy that finishes. That's appropriate.
And the rejection by Zubac. And now the Clippers on the break. George dishes to Leonard. Here's George. 6 points for him. Shot clock at 6. Here's Zubac. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Beal, the pass to Bertans. Over Harrell. Second chance shot. Back to Beal. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And taking a look now at stats for Beal. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's averaging 20 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Even if you key in on him all game, he still finds a way to get his numbers.
Right, the skill, the awareness, the physical ability, it's all there, and that's what makes this guy so hard to check.
And it's sent back by Bryant. The drive by Beal. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Beal's got 10 points in the game.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And even though he came into the league at the age of 19 out of the University of Florida, Beal has been a scorer since the get-go.
Well, Bradley Beal entered the league as a sweet shooting two-guard. He has worked his way into being a tremendous playmaker. Year over year, his overall offensive game has gotten so much better.
Now here's Wall, following the miss by Lou Williams. Here's Hachimura, defended by George. And the rejection by Harrell. To the middle. Here's Leonard. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Williams has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue. And it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Harkless comes in for Leonard. Landry Shamet's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Mo Wagner's checked in for Bertans. Jordan McRae comes in for Hachimura. Smith checked in for Beal. And Isaiah Thomas subbed in for John Wall. Clippers trail by 13. To the inside, Shamet, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And from the line, he's knocking it down about 71% of the time, and that's a percentage that needs to go up.
On the free throw, no good. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and then to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Now Harkless, after Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. Now here's Shamet. He's guarded by Thomas. Green deciding where to go with it.
And that fourth foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Now, here's Shamet. 7 points in the game. This one for 3. That one doesn't drop.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Smith left side. Bryant trying to free himself up, and it's Smith missing.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Now, here's Shamet. Over Smith. Bryant with the rebound. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for Washington. 17 points was their biggest margin. .157 left in the third quarter. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, just terrific body control from Isaiah Thomas. This guy's amazing at his ability to convert through contact.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game. The Wizards making a switch here. Bonga's checked in.
Find the lane. No shot.
That's good from Thomas.
Think about this. Isaiah Thomas goes from being the last pick in the 2011 NBA draft to a guy who finishes a season top 5 in MVP voting. What a journey, guys.
Now, here's Shamet. He's got 7. He dishes it to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in. And here is Thomas. 1:27 left in the third. Bonga deciding where to go with it. Rebound by the Clippers. Harrell's got his 5th rebound in this one. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for 1 more coming up.
And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
.111 left in the third quarter. Outside Thomas. Here's Smith, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Smith. Smith hits them both. 1:02 left in the third quarter of the game. Now Beverly. He's got 6. Floats one. Here's Harrell. And the shot is good. Harrell's got 6 here in this quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Bounce pass, Thomas. Here's Wagner. Rebound by the Clippers.
A quick, good shot here, and they can go 2 for 1.
Well, you want to make sure you maximize that first shot in this 2-for-1 situation, though. Don't take a bad one just to accomplish it.
Now here's Harrell. He's got 8. Just 5 to shoot. Now here's Harkless. Defense right on him. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. Here's Bonga. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. John Wall getting it done for the Washington Wizards. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Clippers trail by 7. Beverly and Shamet in the backcourt together. Jermichael Green is out there with Harrell, and it's Harkless in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now here's Harrell. There's the pass to Shamet. Beverly against Thomas. From deep. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. And it's Harrell missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
It's stolen by Green. Harkless finds Beverly over Thomas. Where it goes, it's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Beverly.
A crucial breakdown defensively, and he was quick to make him pay.
We call that execution, Greg, getting the ball to the right guy where he can do some damage.
Now here's Thomas over Green. Thomas, no good.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
And Green gets it to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Smith on the wing, all sorts of time, but he recovers it.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Here's Harrell. It's deflected. Smith on the wing. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. And the Wizards lead by 5.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
And the Clippers call time here.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Harkless. And it's Paul George in for Landry Shamet. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Bertanis, he's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Hachimura comes in for Mo Wagner. Bradley Beal's checked in for Smith. And John Wall subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
And so Green will bring it up for Los Angeles. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
quarter. You could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love, Greg, is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
And proving to be effective around the rim. Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Wall against Beverly. Kicks to George. Leonard on the wing to take the lead. Washington with the rebound. Bonga's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Wall passes to Hachimura. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And you can see what makes Hachimura a tough cover. He can beat you with finesse, and also he can bring the hard hat.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. That one is no good. Deflects the pass. Clippers trail by 3. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. All with it. Now Green defending. Hachimura, no good.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Wall, good.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
The Clippers have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. George, that's a 2-pointer. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Oh, Kevin, how about the dribble drive ability of Paul George, the quick handles for a guy his size.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Wall against Beverly. Now here's Wall. Not a lot of room. Not going to go that time. Clippers trail by 3. And here's Leonard from 3. Bonga pulls it in. Bonga's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Hachimura. Here's Wall. It's hauled in by Beverly. Beverly's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The Clippers have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. A nice shot by George.
Well, you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
Outside Beal. Here's Bonga. And it's Wall in the corner. Here's Hachimura. Guarded by Green. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Green. Ryan, he's checked in for the Wizards. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Beverly with the ball. Pass to Leonard. The fader. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Well, guys, Kawhi may not have averaged 20 points per game until his 5th season, but now it happens with regularity.
It's Wall with...
Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
Now, there's your dunk contest champion back in 2014. Wall puts a little extra on that one.
And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 3. Got a piece of it. To the paint. Here's Harrell. And it's sent back by Bryant. Now here's Wall. And it's Beal in the corner. No good on the 3. For Los Angeles, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the 4th. Right around 46, 47%. And it's Leonard missing.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Beverly with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, we're talking about a multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Huge hands, creates lots of turnovers.
Wall looking it over. Here's Bertans. And another miss by Washington. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That's foul number 2 for him. The Clippers trail. Outside Leonard. To take the lead. He takes it up and lays it in. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Back to Wall. And the rejection by Harrell. 4-on-3 break. Beverly the pass to George. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. 4 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Leonard no luck. Washington shooting in the 4th quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, took it aggressively right at the defense, and it pays off. Wall making it happen as usual.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And so John Wall nails both of them. LA's gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Misses the 3.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Wall passes to Bertans. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Clippers trail by 3. Up top, Leonard. No good that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Beal. Off the left rim and out.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Clock at 6. Tries yet again, and the layup is up and in. And the Wizards lead by 5.
That's a big-time delivery from Bradley Beal.
Los Angeles calls timeout. The short rest very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade and replenish your energy for the late game push. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Harrell. Bertans grabs the board.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Beal gets a wide open look, and good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 6 assists in the game.
Bradley Beal has always been such a sweet shooter from distance. Man, is that pretty.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 8-point game. It's tipped. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Here's Harrell. On the wing, George. Shoots over Beal. A nice shot by George. George has got 8 points in the quarter.
And sometimes you're just helpless trying to guard Paul George. When he's got all aspects of his game cooking, turn the lights out.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Back to Wall. Just 5 on the clock. Over to the left wing. Here's Hachimura. Off the mark and a bad shot there. Clippers trail by 6. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Let's remember this is a former Finals MVP. He will not blink in the biggest of moments.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Here's Bryant. Up again. And Wall able to finish. Wall's got 26 points.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the block out, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
Beverly against Wall. Beverly dishes to George. Banked in off the glass. George has got 10 points in just the second half.
Oh, Kevin, these are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
To the left wing. Here's Hachimura. Shoots over Leonard. 80 that time from Leonard. 1:02 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Beverly. Good work defensively by Bryant.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker. And the Clippers making a switch here. Williams is checked in. no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Lob pass to George. Yes!
Oh, Kevin, Paul George loves delivering when the game is on the line at his absolute best.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
And Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
Here's Wall, and it's sent back by George.
Paul George, tremendous vertical. Kevin, how fast does he get off his feet?
There's 14 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Beal. Yes!
With the pressure on, Bradley Beal at his absolute best.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
And here's George. For the win. Oh, he got it to go!
Wow, how about that?
Down it goes at the buzzer. Boy, it doesn't get any better than that.
You couldn't dream up a more dramatic finish. 3 points right as the buzzer sounds. This is a ball game people will be talking about for quite some time.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.